would say X day. That's it. Because I'm picking them up, and that's the way it is.
So what day in French Lake? Let's keep our dates the same so nobody gets confused.
I'm picking them up and going to bring them to French Lake September 15th.
Okay, so no later. It has to be done and ready to go by September 15th because you'll be picking them all up.
I'm going to talk to the gentleman at Copy Trolley about what day is his deadline.
Okay.
Because he's got to have a deadline before that, because that's the day I'm picking them up and bringing them down here.
Okay.
So, I need to talk to him about how much notice he needs. The question number one is, do you want to do it? And they didn't give me a firm date at French Lick when they were going to do it. I don't know if your town superintendents want to talk to each other about that. I don't want to.
We need to go up the same day. We need to have everybody who has an order in has to have it in by we need to know the exact date so we can put it on Facebook and we're both matching. So there's no.
Well, what I was going to do is come up with something to give to you.
Okay.
And then I'll hand the same thing to them.
Okay.
And then I'll pick them up from Palo Copy Trolley and bring them to whoever you tell me.
Okay.
Now, French Lick has asked me, they said, well, what if somebody really didn't serve in the military? Well, I don't know. So they asked me to get confirmation through a DD 214 form.
Which would be through Ron at the courthouse.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's legit. They should have to verify.
Is that something you want me to do for the ones at West Baden as well?
Yes, please.
Then I guess the question is, yeah, you want to do this?
Yes.
Did I say already? These are like 130, I think it's $130, but he's going to cut the price back because he's going to do quite a few of them. And we're going to keep a patriotic, obviously, theme to the back of it, but it's going to be something a little different because these are what Paola did. But we're going to keep something flag orientated in the back.
I think that looks really good. It's historic looking.
I like them too.
I like that.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
What questions did I miss? I'm going to put it on the community calendar, get it to you to put on your website. You won't do anything before September 15th or anything like that, right?
Mm-mm.
If I got them to you September 15th, the big question I have is, how many can you support to hang up? Because if you can only hang up 20, I don't want to sell 40.
I mean, we hang up 30 some poles total side, right? Yeah. So there's.
Is it 30 or 35?
I have to count them. I can't know what I'm talking about.
Could I get back? Could you let maybe Marcy know?
Yeah.
And then I could give her a call, maybe Friday or something? Is that too soon? Okay.
You're on vacation this week, so you can do it next week.
Well, I'll shoot her an email. She can email.
Okay.
So I can get a hold of Marcy, then
Yeah.
let me know. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Any problems, I'll be back.
That's good.
Yeah. Hey, you had to bring your drink in here?
Well, it's been how long for me?
Yeah.
Ladies first. Bye.
That's good. World War II veterans or?
She said any veteran, you serve, and you've got the credentials to verify. I think that's awesome.
Pretty cool.
You got one from Jack Carn.
Yeah. Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Those had to buy a lot of them.
Yeah.
We might need
a few more phones.
and cousins buying.
You know, Jackie.
Before we move on to anybody else, I would real quickly make I can make a motion to appoint Aaron Kimball as our representative for the Spring Valley Education Foundation.
Second. All in favor?
I'll be on there with you, sounds like. Skylar.
I would like to say congratulations, but I'm not sure.
We talked about it last week and she kind of volunteered and told me that I should do it. So I'll be on there with you.
It's like me living at my house. Nobody else got anything?
You want to do it?
Yeah, let JC go and go.
JC, if you're ready, go right ahead, sir.
Thank you. First is the recorded deed from Thomas family for the properties to the park. And there's the deeds.
Thank you.
And what Have you decided what room or rooms on the lease I'm working on for the nonprofit?
No,
No, because Kevin had kind of a different idea, and I'm kind of gonna meet with him maybe later this week, the next week, to see what his idea there was. We may not have to do some of the things we thought, so.
we checked it out.
Is that all right, Kevin? You meet me over there? Yeah, and also room plans, so. Next, I've got an invoice from USI Consultant, 27,460 for project 2243304.1, which is the West Baden Springs Tomlinson Estate subdivision, Woodlawn and Valley View Drive. It's for $5,194.40. The total contract amount with USI for that's $340,000. And there's still 79,000 plus work to do. I reviewed the invoice and approved it for your consideration.
I'll make that motion. Second. All in favor? Aye.
The check's ready, but Morris will mail it out tomorrow. And who knows when they'll get to.
I reviewed an authorization to proceed form submitted by USI Engineering for the Sinclair Street reconstruction. That's from State Road 56 to the Indiana Museum Railroad crossing. It's for reconstructing Sinclair Street with new storm sewer and sidewalks for a July 2027 letting. The project fee is $296,500. That's a lump sum, but there's other things that can happen that are unforeseen that might change it a little. Anyway, I reviewed the authorization to proceed forms and been in communication with Mr. Beer with the USI consultants, and I have now approved the proposed authorization to proceed and ask for your approval. Yes.
I'll make that motion, JC.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're going back to the old building, the one building in our law office in across the artist renderings and so on.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's neat, yeah.
It's like they told
Anyway,
Was that around this thing? Do you know when these were from?
that was back when they were talking about the.
You hide that lift station.
And it's still there. You can
Yeah, you
still
know, lift
do it
station
out there. I'm sure that USI could cost that out. When I drove by, I looked at it, I'm boy, it sure is cool.
Yes, me too. We try to hide it with Christmas decorations in the Christmas time. I like the other one better.
Yeah, I seen that one. I like the other one better.
Yeah, me too.
Sure. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, very cool.
But I brought it along. I said, "Leave
That'd be neat.
them here. They don't need to be in my office."
Is he anything he needs?
That's it. Thank you, Mr. Produce.
I think we're gonna just have some questions for him. JC, are we all good on Sinclair Street then?
Yes, sir, we are.
Nothing else? Okay. I think the only other thing, Ben, we don't care, we're just gonna ask you, I think we're confused a little bit on our emails this morning between the Sinclair project and the Woodlawn, but I know the easements and all that stuff, I don't know, JC, that's why I said, I don't know if you ever got an answer on if you guys were gonna go ahead and do that, or if.
Yeah, and I can help clarify. Sorry,
That's okay.
I confused that because both projects were on that email, but, on the Tomlinson, we've done all the right of way of engineering, so all that's done. What remains to be done would be, acquiring the properties, getting right of entry agreements, however that transacts. We can do that. It's, I guess, the town's pleasure how they want to proceed. We would recommend probably doing another ATV. And it's either going to be $44,000 or $28,000 to do the right of way engineering. And the difference is if you include appraisals. I don't know, you guys would probably need to know whether that's going to be necessary or not. I would probably put it in there as we have that line item and then we use them or we don't use them. I think that was a misunderstanding on our part that we were going to actually do the acquisition. If you want us to, we certainly can, but I guess that was just, there is some right-of-way easements to be secured before we get going on that. It won't take very long. I think we said, it might be weeks or a month. With the exception of appraisals, that could add some time, so.
None of it's big enough for a trade.
I'm sorry.
Didn't look big enough to require appraisal.
Yeah, and I don't know what the situation is out there. I mean, if we can do it with right of entries for Masons, then I would recommend leaving it in there if that becomes necessary, but I don't, based on what Kelly Marley, who runs that department for us, I don't know that the right of way or the appraisals would be necessary, JC. So, and again, we can give you all the information from the right of way engineering and let you guys proceed, but it kind of came back, hey, we would like you guys to.
Yeah, we're used to that now. I've always arranged for the appraisals, but the engineers have, in other past projects, have gone out and secured them.
Maybe, I mean, just because of the interest of time, it's letting and we're trying to get that started here sooner than later. If I could give you that ATP and then we could decide, you guys could tell me which direction we want to go. We're happy to do it, but it may be simpler and easier if you have all the right-of-way engineering documents for Mr. Tucker to just handle that too. I don't know. You guys would have to make that determination. We can show you everything we have.
Not to get people to come to Paoli to sign those things.
It is, yeah. And sometimes we've had success even just walking. And I believe someone lives in that neighborhood up here, right? So however we can help, we have the scope, we have the fee. It's 44,000 with appraisals, it's 28 with that. So if you want us to proceed, either way, we can have that in your hands and you guys go. I feel a little bit like there was a miscommunication that we're at this point and we didn't realize that the right of way looked weird, so we'll move fast if we need to.
It'll slow the project down,
No,
but
but
start September,
I think the bigger risk in that project and that's without there is some of the utilities. So I think that's the part that we're gonna have to face here next, but, I've not heard that there's going to be a delay in construction yet, but utilities is
prevention things.
it can. We have, I believe, until the end of next year to complete that project from the beginning of the process perspective. Probably longer than you guys all believe, but there is that whole window. Sure. Yeah. So, however you guys want to proceed, I'm sorry, I'm not the most pressed on the right of way side of things, but that's kind of my.
So it's 28 grand without the appraisals and 40, what'd you say, 40?
44, yeah.
If you guys,
Well, and that's us doing the work either way, Kathy, but 28 if we didn't require any appraisals. So,
9.
There's only total 9 is all.
9 cars.
But what are we gonna do if they ask questions? How are we gonna answer? If Adam goes through the neighborhood and gets this done, how are you gonna answer these questions when these people ask you?
Yeah.
and we're happy to come alongside, like I said, there were times in right of entry agreements that I went with a representative and we went house to house, or we had a little meeting and submitted.
Okay, now that would work, right?
Yeah.
You guys,
That'd be better.
that'd be better than
Questions I won't know the
28
answers.
grand.
What's that cost us? Yes, no.
We would just have a representative to talk through that with you, because that part is done. We know what
Okay.
right away is. It's just a matter of getting it acquired.
Okay, all right, well, let's do it that way, guys, don't you think? And then, we don't need any appraisals, correct?
I thought they were too small, but I didn't look for
Okay,
sure. If so, you don't need right of entries, it'd be the maximum of 5, so it can arrange for that quickly. But they're expensive,
yeah, no, I know.
it'd be less than $16,000.
And if it helps, that ATP is having it in your hands as an option. We can do that. It's not gonna take long. At least you have it. And then if you decide to go that route, but that, unfortunately, it's not cheap. To go through the right of way.
So is it gonna be Magner and Flick?
Yeah, for the appraisals.
Yeah.
If we, yeah.
If we have
If
to,
we,
meeting,
All of us get together kind of over here.
yeah.
It was simple. It seemed like everybody's in the neighborhood.
Almost everybody over there showed up.
Yeah.
So just making sure if we did try to do it that way, the people that we need to get there actually comes.
Yeah.
That would be the hardest part, making sure that they don't think it's a scam or there's,
I think that's small enough. We can just word them out. Yeah.
Yeah, we're happy to help facilitate that. That's would be an efficient way to get touch a lot of property owners at one time.
that's what you guys did the last couple of times, had a meeting here.
Yeah, all good, and just get the interested parties that are gonna have, that want to come to this property, that's the biggest thing, is making sure that, they show up.
And you want to call it, they have, because there's been a few that didn't show up in here, called with 100 questions,
I think, the last group did hold a meeting, the engineer scheduled it, and the engineer was here, and everybody was here, so they could ask questions, everything. Yeah, cool. So who we want?
It might be easier if we can make that happen, again, if we can make sure the parties that are gonna, have some of their land, we just need to make sure they get here for it, so that there's no surprises or anything later.
So we'd have to know everyone,
If there was some that didn't, we could always try and follow up, try and get the majority. And
Right. That's true.
so do you want to set the meeting so it's in the,
Yeah, I guess Jimmy would be involved in figuring out a date right then, when we can have someone be
Yeah, and
available. And
if you want to pick it, we would just try to support that. Hopefully, we might be able to some of the helpful.
Okay, so,
What, any day's fine with me. I mean, I guess enough notice to try to, I don't know if we're sending letters out and trying to get a hold of. If it goes.
I need to send the letters out.
yeah,
So at least things would be a couple of weeks in time to get that done. Right?
okay, you guys gotta give me direction on JC. You gotta give me some dates.
For a mail order, that I'll take one, put it in the mail.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
You never know.
I think I would just go door to door with the thing and say, hey, we're gonna begin a construction here. This is the meeting, hand deliver it. Cause the mail may get it there, may not.
May not.
May not.
May not.
Maybe 2 weeks later.
So did you guys decide on
Well,
a
I
date?
think the date, then do you think you guys can make it work, at least, just to give you at least a couple of weeks, set it up, like say, we can't have it on the 3rd as well, council meeting that night, we could have one like Tuesday the 4th. That's about 2 weeks from tomorrow, would that be enough time to have, or you think it needs to be further back later?
No, we'll make it work, because there's enough choices on our side, we can make that work.
Okay.
You want to just pick it?
6 o'clock?
Yeah, this is 6 o'clock,
Okay.
on August the 4th.
Okay.
Yeah, in the community room.
It's just right over here.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, then JC, you're gonna prepare that letter so we know who to drop these letters off to. And then we'll run out and hand deliver. When I say we, that would be Adam and John.
Ball, what do you call that one? Ball, cold, ball and.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I have to get a lot for him. Is there anything else, JC, you can think of as far as you think of?
It's good spans.
Okay.
I had 240 pages of it. I don't have what
About the appraisals.
about the easement, yeah,
Okay.
whether it appraisals before.
Yeah, hopefully.
And most, a lot of people just don't care to please.
Hopefully.
Thanks, sir.
So I have a quick thing about Sam, if you don't
Sure.
mind.
I don't know. It will cheap this because August 1st, Monday.
Yeah, thank you. I want to thank West Baden for using us. You guys have been great to work with. It hasn't always been perfect, but I think we've worked through it. So I really appreciate the fact that we consistently use this to work at learn a little best out. And then the second one,
Hey, I gotta interject here. It's because Tara thing.
well,
She is on top of it and she is our go-to. So kudos to Tara.
thank you for saying that, because that's the second point I wanted to make, because she is in the fight of her life with her husband right now.
Yes.
So I definitely would appreciate your prayers and thoughts. She would be here and she would be all over it if it weren't for that. So in fact, that's where I'm headed next. So I appreciate you support her. She's a big part of what we do here. So
Let's give her thoughts and prayers.
Yes.
To go through.
I'm headed that way. So God bless. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
It's one of those for me. If I can get a scan, that's all.
That's your copy right there. You don't need a scan. You've got the original.
That's amazing. Have a good night.
You too. Be careful.
Yeah, all right.
All I wanted to say was I appreciate all that you guys have done to the ballpark.
Okay.
I mean, hopefully it's not unnoticed. Because I know that a lot of times you don't get to the people to come in and say, hey, I appreciate all you've done.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure you guys know, I've noticed it. A lot of people the last 2 weeks have noticed it, and we all appreciate it.
More to come.
Thank you.
More to come.
Mr. Watson, Joey, thanks for
Yeah.
sending out some things too. They pretty much all
I appreciate all of it.
Joey,
I mean-
I see they'll take care of it.
We're not done
And
yet.
I appreciate the town, the town police and
Well, thank you.
the fire department.
It's came a long way over the years.
I mean, it's a great community. It
Yes,
really is.
It really is.
Yeah, I'll second that.
So,
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
That's really nice.
Thank you.
Riddle?
Yeah. Since you purchased Tom Finley's property, I talked to JD Tree Service about cleaning up that end of the park. And, you guys have seen what's that?
Here, I got an extra one, so.
Yep.
I think all the emails. That might be all the
But-
emails.
To do along, North County Pike and up Flood Road, get all that debris and everything, 16,245 for that.
I would acknowledge.
Yeah, I can second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, then the flat area out there from where we quit last time all the way to the end is 2008-25, and that's the same thing. He'll clean up everything, he'll raise the trees, he'll take trees out, haul off the debris. You know, that last time they cleaned up the whole roadway up there, picked up all the trash. You know, they're hard to beat. So I go.
Can we just do them all together so I can just say,
well,
Adam Carter made a motion to approve this one,
Well,
this
we've
one.
already done the first.
I know that.
Didn't ask you to say that earlier.
But you put them all together.
It was in your box.
Yeah, and I've got two copies down here, JC and
Well, you
myself.
should have known before it started. All right, the flat area is 28-25.
I'll make that motion. Keep writing, Goose.
And then out on our tower on the right, he cleaned up the left side, but didn't get to the right, and Joey was concerned with some trees leaning and different stuff. It's $7.95 to chip up all branches, take away big wood, rake up nests, you know, we go to
I'll make that motion for the 795 as well.
second.
All in favor?
Hey, tell Buddy I said, hey.
Okay.
And JD said on here that he'd do an inspection, once we're done, we'll go up there and he'd take care of anything, other concerns we had at my thoughts. He does great work, for having thoughts with what it is.
Yeah, he does. That group is unbelievable. They are workers. Woo. One, two.
No, I talked to Joey about some trash up on Scarlet Terrace, and then, I don't have anything else. No, I don't have any.
So you get that all taken care of, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You see you?
Oh, we did have,
Never mind.
sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, I think the splash pad is finally fixed now. We did have issue with another button today, but Dave, I think you guys got that fixed, didn't
You know, Joey got a new switch and the screws that came with it, like he said before, they just didn't tighten down. So we just soldered new wire ends on it and looked at that other one and see if we operating.
So do I need a motion on that? Because it was like $3,800 and some bucks to get the parts and everything for that road place, for the splash pad. Yeah, there was all kinds of stuff.
you? You called a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's quite a few.
Yeah, it was quite a few people. So you just say approve the pro plays for the splash pad.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve for the repair fee for the splash pad.
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
I'll put the figure in there. It's like 3,000. You got that done. List off my list. Service off my list. Okay, you guys ready for me?
Yep.
Okay, I had a Zoom meeting with the tax board commissioner, and our hearing is going to be Monday, August the 17th. And our adoption will be on the 21st of September at 6 o'clock. We went over all of the budgets, the MVH, the general. I told her not to raise taxes. I said, whatever you do, you've got to come in under. I mean, she worked and worked and worked, so we will be a tiny bit lower this year than last year. So our taxes will go down unless there was a mistake on there again. Okay, so, total for the general was 864.3. And the MVH, 560. I tried to put more in the MVH because it pays 163,629 because we pay two salaries, Joey's and Dave Apple's. Now, I got a question, JC. I keep reading all this stuff, maybe that's not a good idea. Ames says, motor vehicle highway, you're supposed to spend, has been used for construction, reconstruction, or preservation. 50%. That can't be right. We don't have enough money to even do that. We had to spend it all out of French Lick wages, LBA, and TIF. I've never seen this before. So salary is fine, right? That's basic.
July 1st.
I mean, we only pay 2 salaries out of that. And I asked the tax board commissioner, she didn't know, so half my budget, or all my budget is for salaries, nothing for the street, because we don't spend any out there.
They work on the street.
Yeah, they do, so
They have to.
we're okay, covered? All right,
Yeah.
just making sure, okay. They keep passing these new things, honestly, have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Every week, getting that done. Okay, next thing, is this wagering tax. I always like to give you guys a breakdown of what everybody receives off this casino. General fund in the state, 169,000. And then I guess this is for the historic preservation over here, which was smart, 85,966. French Lick and West Baden both received 22,062 in June. School corporations, Orlean got 7288, Paoli 8746, Valley Schools 13,119, Orange County 25,804, DuBois County 10,440, Crawford 10,440, Paoli Town 12,508, Orleans Town 12,508, and Radius of Indiana $52,003. Always like to know the breakdown. The casino, thank God for the casino. That's all I got. Okay. Done. Next thing I've got are those contracts. If you had a chance to look over those 2 contracts, one for Crystal and one for Sue, I need guidance. Crystal was making $15 an hour, and she wants to go up to $20 an hour and only clean 12 hours. And then Sue is currently making $17.11. So I need direction on what to fill in and when will it go in effect. Will it go in August 1st? Or do you want to take it under advisement?
No, we don't need to get everybody.
Okay, do you know what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
I think we remember move them both up $2 an hour.
Okay, so $17. And then 1911, 17 for Crystal, and then 1911 for Sue.
And then Crystal's hours come cut to 12.
Cut to 12.
That's what she asked for, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna go take Crystal up to 17, Sue will go up to 1911. Okay. And beginning, I need to know effective because I've got the contracts in there. You wanna say August 1st? Bring me up, okay. Okay, contracts are already done. I just gotta get their signature and fill it in. Okay. Next thing I have is Marcy's report. And we received a letter from Amaryllis Life Insurance. They provide dental and vision. The renewal for both policies will remain the same as last year. Effective date begins October 1st. We need signatures on that July adjustment register, 3 shut-offs for the month of July and 1 for non-payment. Did you guys sign off on that? Okay, I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll say it.
All do?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. And Scott with Bush Cutters called to tell me you have a crew up here in the week of the 27th to begin the landscaping at the town hall you approved last meeting. Okay, the next thing I have is lit. JC, on this new legislation, do we need to submit a budget for lit to the county? How's that work? There's new lit stuff.
Oh, we were exempt.
Okay, I hope so.
Because of our size, wasn't it?
Yeah, the size of the town is such that.
Yeah, but it said that you're supposed to turn in a budget to the county.
I don't know.
This is all new.
Do we have any clarification on the Senate and Roll Act one yet?
No, this is getting to be crazy. Yeah,
I've been to several meetings and asked the same question, and I've got different answers to everybody.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody
This
knows.
lid's making me nervous because nobody knows what's going on.
The Senate and Roll Act makes me nervous because they were telling us we could be hit potentially a very significant amount this year, and it escalate each year moving forward for, I think, up to 2028, 2029, somewhere in there. But then they also said they suspended doing away with the list until 2028.
Hey, it said 2028 on my paperwork. It said it would begin in 2028, so.
So I've called legislators, I've called other chiefs. Because I know there's municipalities, when I was up at Fire Chiefs Academy, there's a municipality up north that they literally would be going to pump a city, not a town, a city would go to pump to do a cinnamon roll out if it actually went through the policy. So it's hard for me to budget on my side, not knowing.
Well, I need to know because I pay two officers out lit. That's the only thing I use that for, or is for the officer salaries. And if I'm gonna get, I need to know. Okay, so
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Are you done?
For that part, yes.
Or keep going?
Okay, I need for you guys to make sure you approve land improvement so that we're covered in the minutes. And it's both his claims there, you know, how we have to have work. I need it. And that was for the highway. You guys fixed the highway and park stuff.
What'd you find in your highway, then?
Well, the first time we just found a lot of wet soil. And, you got hold of Tom, one of the bottom of it, he came over and checked it out, and, he ended up digging up and finding a pretty significant leak. And then the next day we came back and dug up and verified that it was still wet. But now that we've stopped the water, hopefully that'll be okay. And we backfilled it with the right kind of material that the NDOT inspector had asked for, and we got good compaction on it. He was happy with it, and took everybody's hands and all hit it.
Okay, so it's all taken care of.
I was there with Dave when all that was happening.
All in
He
it.
seemed happy and he's good with it. He said, take care of it when they came back through and started doing patching, so.
Good. Guys fixing that water leak. I mean, and that leak should have been there for, I mean, it could have been leaking for 20 years and going down the side of that tunnel, nobody would have ever known. You know, so it was just good timing that they got fixed when they did, and, you got everything under control before they come through there, so, hey, just.
Good. Okay, yeah, come on, Anna.
I'll make a motion to approve, some of the park work that they've done recently for $12,500. And then also make a motion for his highway repair that we just spoke of for $4,350 for a total of $16,850.
He put them two together, right?
I tried to help.
Yeah. Yeah, that's because I stuck them both on that plane.
And
If I'd have had two, they would have done it to me again.
Fred did turn it to make sure I saw I was reading the right stuff. So he gets a little bit of credit right there.
Okay, that's all I've got.
I didn't want to mad at Adam.
Okay, that's it. That's all I've got.
Fred, you want to revisit something?
Yeah, I wanted to,
City?
is it too early to talk about the ambulance on the county's side, or do you want to
It's,
hold
I
on?
mean, I'll be honest, it's an unknown right now for us.
Okay, well, we won't even mention it then, we'll just let it go till,
They're still in negotiations, or maybe not negotiations with IU, but.
yeah. Okay, so we'll just, leave it at that till we know more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as soon as I know something for sure, then I'll definitely bring it forward.
Okay, all right, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, we'll have to get on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, JC.
Yes, sir.
I guess there's, I don't know, but I'm getting some emails and stuff. There's a lot going on up at the lofts, the new apartments. And I contacted Marissa Collister, how do you say her name? Collister? About it, and she said they're in another management change or whatever, but there's some stuff going on. As far as the town, like Joey's ready to send him another cleanup bill, it's just a constant, is there, the town, we don't have any control. Is there anything we can do if they just keep getting worse and worse?
Well, the way they keep the property.
Yeah, and leaks and,
I mean, a lot of complaints, JC.
Of how they're taking care of everything and, or not taking care of everything, I guess, actually.
It's not been very pleasant on our side either, just for clarification. But we ran into an issue where the alarm was not monitored. EMS saw it going off about 2 o'clock in the morning. We're driving down the highway, saw the strobes going off. We went up there, had to break the door to get in because we don't have access to it.
Here you go, JC.
So it's not been very pleasant on the fire side either.
They're just not off to a good start in general for the first couple of years.
Yeah.
They're just.
I had one person that actually got locked inside their apartment because the door was not functioning.
really?
Yeah. So,
There's all kinds of.
and unfortunately had a child when we were with them, so obviously we did what we could do.
I mean, I know we mentioned this a couple months ago now, withholding their tax abatement is potentially, something we could do, because I don't know what other options we really have available to us, to try to maybe get them to wake up a little bit and take better care of.
This is what the lady said, JC, if you want to see.
Because we brought them in here to help improve the lives of people, and JC, if you look at the front as you leave town, it's just growing up in bunches of scrubs. And I know that's the least of them people's problems. Those people.
But they don't even have anybody they can contact.
Yeah, they don't have
Numbers or,
contact.
I mean, it's,
I should have sent that to JC before the meeting.
Yeah,
I mean, we have.
I don't know about, I'll have to get them in touch with, on their tax, not so much the 10-year program that we have, but their tax credits, I think, maybe who need to look at.
Who would the town contact, the housing fair, what, all that stuff? Who would contact to help these people? How could we help them, JC? Who would we contact? Should the town contact it? I mean, what should we do to help them?
I don't know, I'll have to look.
Fair house, I mean, there's gotta be some place that the town can step in and I mean, we should help if we can.
Sure, I agree.
I mean, they're just now getting
See, looking at
started.
what you can do on something like that, what you can approach either the way they were financed or else, feds on Department of Health and Human
Okay,
Services, I just don't know.
okay.
So-
So we'll take
So
all,
when they started this process and they, all the paperwork we received from them stuff, it was like they would have a manager on site and all that stuff. So that doesn't mean anything now? When we signed an agreement with them?
Well, the agreement was made so they could get tax credits and.
Right. So that's
So
what
that's
you're
the way
going,
you have
And if they're not
to.
holding up to that.
that's where you're going to then.
Yeah.
Okay.
when this is bad, these people need help. They can't call anybody. Nobody will answer.
There's supposed to be somebody for Thursday in the office. Well, residents ever told me today. Is that true or not?
I'll reach out to the fire marshal on my side and at least check. I mean, we can do the fire side of things.
Okay, good.
Take care of it.
Tell them you can't even get in without their door.
That can get their attention, I'm sure it'll find the state, but
Okay, good. I mean, they need to be, I mean, this could be.
and if nothing else, there has to be a contact. Look,
Mhm.
we have to have a contact.
Right. And then they come and go every few months from the sounds of it, just can't keep anymore, we have to quit or fire them or whatever.
Yeah, because I contacted her about a month and a half ago. She said we were in the process of a new management team. Well, then when I emailed her Friday, you see what she put. Well, we're in the process of new management team. So, I mean, I don't know where that ends and begins.
You got to remember when they would, if they start building these things, they have somebody new every other meeting.
Mhm.
You have to realize and get on and that would be going. These are consistent that way.
That's the only thing they're consistent about.
Well, they're not doing the people right. And JC, get them legal.
As many,
They changed it to low income too, right? It wasn't supposed to be doing that. though.
It's supposed to be,
they're still doing within the guidelines of what they originally said.
Yeah, because they checked into
Yeah.
everything. They're doing what they said. They'd do. You still know, I can't remember if I forwarded that to you last week. Skylar did send, myself and, the Payless superintendent, an email about the child care. She said.
do the surveys, another survey.
But we're supposed to have their final, still the final call for their final, information, everything they're gonna give us before the end of the month, she said. So once I hear something, I'll forward it to you.
Surveys on the line, see.
Yeah, they're still doing that as well.
Oh, good.
600 or 6,000, yeah, but they need to hear from that many different people, so. But yeah, they're still in the early stages of the YMCA portion of it as well.
Okay, good.
So I'll forward it to you if, you said you wanted to be on the call.
Yes, I want to be on the call. I don't understand why they're sending, John and I were talking about that. Why are they sending another survey? We already told them. The inputs to 3 is what we need. We don't need preschool. You guys made it clear to them too. Okay, that's all I got.
Hey, how's it coming up on the road? Slow?
Slow, but we're making progress. We're just removing all the unsuitable soils and we got down to the original footer. Thus far, we'll find out if there's anything solid below that, and how far we gotta go to find solid. So far, even the material that hadn't failed, going down through that material that was on the side of the concrete, it's really, really wet, sandy material. And so that tells me at some point, you gotta be a limiting layer, because eventually sand will dry. You know what I mean? Like, if it's staying, doesn't just stay wet all the time. So somewhere there's gotta be a limiting layer, whether that's soil, or rock, or what that is, we don't know, because we're not there yet. Hopefully we get there in the morning. Find out. But there's a lot of water coming off that hill. And there's a lot of water coming through that hill. It happens all day at about the same exact spot.
Can we agree if this doesn't work, we stop and we come up with another plan?
We can agree to stop right now if you want.
Oh my gosh, this is.
Don't say that, Dave, because she'll.
I know behind John Denny's up there, it runs out of that cave all the time, and it comes to the top of the hill. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And water just rolls out of that thing.
Yeah,
West Baden Springs.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes right down the baseball field.
It does.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, me and Goose took the grandkids and went up there, I was just checking it out. Saturday was Saturday,
Yes,
and I went down there on your gravel and didn't know if I was gonna get out.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying, but keep in mind that that's the same gravel that when it was dry a year ago, we had 80,000 pound concrete trucks on it, not leaving a rut.
Yeah.
And here we are, and you can't hardly walk across it without sinking.
No, I couldn't. I pulled drive, I had to lock the axles, and I still wasn't sure if I was gonna get out of there.
Yeah, so, you know, I don't know how deep we're gonna have to go, but once we hit that spot, I'll be, we'll love to be there.
If you get deep enough, pick Goose's, decorations up for Christmas and China. Just, if you get that far, just pick that stuff up.
you guys.
Save us a lot of,
You're so
souls and
funny.
errors.
I've got a question for you.
About Christmas decorations?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it's pertaining to, of course, the water tower. Not too long ago, you sent me a copy of the document. And it goes back to when water company, that Spring Valley Regional Water Company, or district, was formed back in 1978. Okay, now the document reads that the said regional water district shall be known as Spring Valley Regional Water District. And it says the principal office. It says the principal office said regional water district shall be located in West Baden Springs, Indiana. Now it sets over in Prince Lit.
Well, Frank, look, had a building for sale, didn't they? Wasn't that their office?
That, where we're at now, yes.
Yeah. And they had 3 on the water board at that time, I think, didn't
Yes.
Hey.
I believe so.
Contract says
We
it's
got
supposed to be in West Baden, JC. Says it's supposed to be in West Baden. It's gotta be, remember? You gotta follow those contracts.
So, I mean, that's my question. Should it be in French Lick or should it be over here?
Not if the contract says West Baden.
they? It should be over here, but when they was renting here, they said our rent was too high, then they went looking for something, and frankly, just hadn't had that building for sale or
Right.
whatever.
But
And
we may have to find something else
In
local.
West Baden,
Yeah,
yes.
West
In West Baden, if that was the case?
If the contract says West Baden, you have to follow the contract.
We just dropped the ball on that.
So, I mean, my question is, where should it be? Does it remain where it's at? Or does it need to be moved back over here?
Should be in West Baden.
Okay.
That building went for sale.
Put everything up for sale. Except the equipment.
We'll take you,
Yeah.
we'll take over. They want to give it to Petoka. West Baden will take
You've
it.
got, the power right now to do whatever you want, so.
Why would they give it to Petoka? Well, we're financially, I'm telling you, utilities are, moneymaker. You don't think so, Floyd? No.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not.
There's no problem.
There's none?
The water bill zero.
Oh, well then that's, okay, that's nice.
And you think they can give themselves a raise, can you? The board?
No.
Well,
Yeah,
then,
they're just locked in.
well, Petoka's not gonna take you then either. Nobody's gonna take you if you
That's
have,
what we think, but we never know.
if you are non-profit and you're not gonna make any money. Heck, nobody wants that.
You better be finding a building over here.
Supply the water.
Yeah.
So do we have any recourse for that portion, JC, as far as what the contract initially said, as far as the building being in West Baden, is there?
Their office has to be on West Baden Springs, so we can make a demand that they move it.
Drive through.
Did you hear him, Nick?
What's that?
Jason, you want to repeat that?
Well, I'm speaking from the town side to give notice to your water district. They're required to be in West Baden. We expect them to be within 7 days. Have their office in West Baden Springs.
I appreciate the answer.
Let's go ahead.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Copy of the order. The what? The station on the water.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, so thank you.
Hey, that thing's on, Adam, you shut that off. Billy's got me paranoid now. I've been paranoid ever since.
Let me look. Yeah, I think it's only 1 or 2.
Yeah. Because I got to.
So it's like no money. Not money.
Well, you can look at one. Yeah. It makes it seem good.
We got all kinds of stuff, and we got all kinds of questions about stuff.
Most of which I couldn't answer.
Makes sense. They got water plant.
Yeah.
Mr. Cook.
Just there.
Exactly, you're gonna do it. They don't, sir. Check. I know. Welcome, sir. How are you? Terrific. You may get the branch. You get printed. You may get rid on that.
I didn't even look at the, I don't know, that's all. Yeah, the tournament, I will say, he told my wife, he said, oh,
I'm not playing all summer. I didn't know they had another gun shoot. I thought it was wrong. He said their gun shoot thing. I didn't know they had another gun shoot thing going on.
It was running on, ran,
Yeah, we're just trying to do that. Yeah, we just got everything together. Renew our membership. I'm trying to, in a week, I guess, I need to.
I told everybody to go see that, George Washington. They've got the black powder rifles and it's really good.
Really, that family membership, 85 bucks for the whole program. Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah.
Thanks, sir.
There you go, JC, has that water. More stuff. You always should get a photograph or something.
More paperwork.
Oh, did you?
Like he doesn't have that work to do.
started to feel my head.
You'll stay up all night.
Hey, man, that's the man that comes from West Baden. Oh, instead of this, if you're having a hand either play, it's switching, switch. So, then once you turn it on, maybe that's why. So right now, you know, there's a push it. Yeah, I can make it just push it. Right. Yeah. Well, then they control it, how long it's running. Because of how long you can be. Then they get it up there. You gotta go there. Maybe that happens. It's just, this is different, you're talking about your push it. Yeah. Then they grow it that one block. And they're all. You know, like, before you got it, when people get it, you gotta go there. You know, it's just our, you know. It's everything. How I, it's on site, right? You still running for a while. Oh, yeah. You can take mine. I need is very that.
I had big brains over there. There was, yeah, it didn't get to brains. Yeah.
This is the old road. All right.